All right, here we go. Nick Hawk, welcome to Vlad TV.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Star of the show Gigolos,
Yes, sir.
among other things.
Among other things,
Right.
that's for sure.
So you grew up in Wisconsin.
I did.
Okay. And, like you said, you're kind of a shy kid, lack confidence and so forth. You ended up going to college to pursue wrestling.
Pretty much. For starters, as I was talking about, kids having kids, the major problem in the world, and teaching somebody confidence. That's what I lacked. I lacked guidance. I didn't have somebody showing me the ropes. I had somebody teaching me fear and anger.
Okay,
Instead of
because
being confident.
your parents were young, or?
Yeah, 20 and 21 when they had me.
Okay. Well, not that young, but fairly young.
That's the kid, man. That's
Okay.
The kid. You have no business having a child when you're 20.
Okay. And you dropped out of college.
Didn't drop out. I ran out of money. I made it through a year. My parents helped me a little bit, but it was mostly loans. And ran out of money. Man, we didn't have any money. And then I lost myself for a year. I did a lot of bad shit. Was selling drugs, hustling pool, getting into some trouble. And I made a good decision of joining the Air Force for the GI Bill to pay for the rest of my school and to get out of that life.
Right, and you were there for 4 years.
Yes, Air Force for 4 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you actually graduated college while you were in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
I focused on creative writing, but I have an English bachelor. I'm taking psychology classes right now.
Okay.
And I do plan on getting a psychology doctorate at some point. I said I was going to do it in my 40s and 50s. I might do it sooner than later, though. I don't know. It's appealing to me.
So after the Air Force, did you just do your 4 years and then that was all that was required?
Yeah, that was
or?
the plan. Yeah, I just want to do 4, get the GI Bill, do my thing, and get out. Hopefully have the balls to pursue entertainment in California. I kind of wanted to put the work in first, and it was a good stepping stone. I think I almost dropped out of high school when I was 16. I did a lot of freestyling at parties and around bonfires and stuff. And there's this black rap group. It was 2 guys. They wanted me to go with them to California to join the rap group, and I almost did that when I was 16. I'm really glad I didn't, though. That's for sure.
And then you moved to LA, to Hollywood, I guess, to try to pursue acting.
Yes.
That was something you always wanted to do?
It was. Like I said, when I always liked to entertain, even when I was really small. I remember I had this little cassette tape recorder with a microphone, and I would sing and perform like the Muppets. And one of my earliest memories was when I was young grade school, walking back from a park with a friend of mine, and I remember writing my first rap ever and rapping it with him when I was really young. So I always liked entertaining, if it was acting, music, whatever it was. And something always, drove me to California. Like, I always wanted to head out there. I'm glad I found the balls to do it.
Okay, so you were one of the many kids from around the world, really, that shows up to California and thinks that they're going to be a big movie star and they're going to, be on, get on TV, be on billboards,
All
get
my
an
16,
agent.
17-year-old friends liked my little corny raps I was doing, and I've took care of myself, so I looked all right. My looks and my charm got me through a lot of stuff in life, and it was a shock.
Okay, so what happened when you got to Hollywood?
I went to a couple auditions. I luckily scored a talent agency right away. I was at Venice Beach and I got scouted there. It was a small talent agency. And he kind of got me going, gave me some advice. I shot some pictures for my portfolio, and I started going to auditions, and it was horrible. I was a wreck. A lot of that I think was bestowed upon me when I was younger. I didn't have the proper guidance. I didn't learn what confidence was, but perfectionist as well. And I wanted to do a good job, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I thought, I was convinced that people are special and have gifts and talent, and I'm spending all this time convincing myself I'm special. That can be me, and the shock was when I found out that I wasn't.
Okay. So were you scoring any acting gigs at all or not really?
Not right away. Some modeling stuff.
Okay.
I shot the cover of Men's Health UK, which was a big one early on. I think I only had one tattoo at the time, so yeah, that's a minute ago. But just some modeling stuff on TV shows, some background. No, not much, man. You don't land anything if you're not confident, and they saw through me. I tried to fake it.
Okay.
They saw through me. I've been behind that desk too. I've been on castings. I know what they look for, and that sure the hell wasn't me when I first got there.
Okay. So how are you making money to live at this point?
Gigolo.
Okay, so Gigolo
Yeah,
came
that's-
right around that time?
Oh, at that point.
Yeah, at that point.
That's a fair question. I started when I was 16. I had a 17-year-old friend who started stripping, and he was making all this money. He was able to buy drugs. He got a truck. He moved out. You know, he was the life of the party. He was buying all the party favors and everything. And I kind of looked up to him, and in the back of my mind, I kind of wanted to do that. And I knew it would help me in the entertainment a little bit too, and maybe help develop this confidence. So when I made the move to California, and I was sick of being broke. I was broke my whole life. I never had shit. You don't get paid in the Air Force. And I'm like, I want to make some money now. I want to do something. And I knew it helped the acting, you know, career music, career maybe, whatever. It helped me be more confident. So I decided I'd start stripping. And I started doing that when I got out there. I lied to a company. I said that I had experience to get me through the door. And he had me come out to a male review show. And the headliner, the cop act, he was just the cockiest asshole, most arrogant person in the world, and I wanted to be him so bad. I did. I wanted that. I didn't know what confidence was. A lot of people confuse arrogance and confidence. I definitely did at that stage in my life, but I wanted to be that. He's on stage strutting his stuff and everything, and he didn't get along with the boss that well, and the boss saw me as an opportunity to kind of step in there and take his place. So after he met me and everything, he liked my look and said that, and I told him I was all in and had experience. He fired this guy and threw me in right away. So I got thrown into this cop act.
Oh, you dressed up like a cop.
Yeah.
Okay.
The whole thing, the nightstick, I came out, I did this cheesy voiceover. Ladies, can I have your attention? Ladies, please, quiet down at this time. And I pull out the nightstick. She's violated Penal Code 6969. It was hilarious. It was a lot of fun, though. Big part of my life. I did the cop act at some place, and then eventually we moved to the Boogie in Anaheim. I did it every Thursday for a year. And then I started doing the private parties and everything else as well. Didn't develop any confidence at that time. My first bachelorette party I did, I danced for 30 seconds and I blacked out. I don't remember the rest of it. And I wasn't drinking yet. I didn't want to drink in front of the boss. It was the first gig. He went with me for some reason. Mm-hmm. I think we were doing the show, and we were doing the male review show, and I think there was a show after that, and we were together, and he just went with me to see what I could do as well. But alcohol got me through the rest of it.
Okay, so now you're stripping. And with the women, were the women trying to sleep with you afterwards, or kind of give you extra money to go home with them and stuff like that? Or
Not really for the stripping gigs.
No?
No.
They were just happy just enjoying themselves there and calling it a night.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of close friends and family members, and a lot of members from the bachelor party side too, like the bachelor's sister, mom, you know, mom's there. So usually you don't get super freaky at them. I've had some freaky parties where everybody's getting naked and jumping on my back and running around and being drunk as shit and crazy, but most of the time it's fairly tame. And part of being a stripper and a hustler and getting your tips, and you know, you had to contain it as well. You had to learn how to control the party.
Okay. Were you being asked to strip for men as well, or just women?
This company, it was just it was just women, bachelorette parties and birthday parties for girls. I tried to get into escorting before the company who found me did, and at that time they only catered to males pretty much. There wasn't any female clienteles.
On the escorting side.
On the escorting side,
Right.
Yeah,
Which
5 years later after
Okay.
when I started stripping, but I also a year after I started stripping, I made a lot of money. I started my own company to kind of cut out the middleman as well. And when I did that, I started doing a lot more parties. But I booked the parties. Usually gay guys don't get strippers for parties like that. But I did get called upon by the Abbey in West Hollywood to book the dancers there, because all my dancers were straight, and it's kind of an upscale gay club, and they wanted straight dancers. So they used my company and all my guys, and I did book the Abbey for 2.5 years, the dancers there.
Okay, so basically you had straight male dancers dancing for gay men.
At the Abbey, yes.
And the Abbey's a club, or?
Yes, it's
Okay.
one of the highest grossing gay clubs like ever in West Hollywood.
I'll take your word for it. I have no idea.
But it's no, it was a dope spot though. I actually I got the best ass in my life from there. That's for sure. You know, all these hot girls go out with their gay friends and they bring them to the club. It was straight friendly in a way with the girls. And I actually kind of ruined it for a lot of people, because I had the dancers there, but I had to go there and pay them, and I spent a lot of time there. I mainly did the bachelorette parties and stuff before, then after I'd go and pay the dancers. But there was a lot of ass there, a lot of quality ass too, and it's the best I ever did that period of my life, like, ever. And I kind of ruined it a little bit though, because I told a couple straight friends, come check out this club, man. There's better girls there than the straight clubs, and they're banging. And I kind of ruined it for them a little bit.
Okay, so you weren't
that
dancing.
shit caught on.
So you yourself were not dancing at the gay club?
I did a little bit, but I
Okay.
mainly did the bachelorette parties. I danced at a fetish club as well, where it was guys and girls. I got up on the bar a little bit at the gay club, but
Okay.
it wasn't my thing.
Okay, so when did you get into escorting then?
It was 5 years after I started stripping. Like I said, I looked into it. I was interested in doing it. Who wouldn't be? But most of the agencies just catered to men. They didn't have the female clientele. And then this agency that I work for to this day, that's on the TV show as well, Cowboys for Angels, with Garen James, he found me off Model Mayhem, a modeling website, and saw that I had stripping experience, which plays into it as well. And pretty much the rest was history. He met with me, he liked me, he brought me onto his site. He was just building his company at the time. He did Tyra Banks, and he was the #1 website on Google one day, and that really gave him a big push. And he's done a lot of stuff since then, like Dr. Phil, ABC News, lots of big promotional stuff. But then a year after I started working with him is when Gigolos approached me.